Hello, and welcome to my Running Moms coaching series. And in this webinar, we're going to be talking about 10 beginner tips anybody wanting to get started needs to know. Thanks for joining me, you guys. This is fun. And so why did I create this talk? Because running is a lifelong activity. If you can approach it intelligently and patiently, it will reward you for a long, long time. And I created this webinar to show you that you can get running, that you can get stronger, fitter, and more confident with your physical body and your physical capabilities than you ever thought possible. I created this talk to end the low motivation, the exhaustion, that feeling of heavy, tired, gross, the excuses and the overwhelm that it takes, that you feel when you're trying to get started and you're trying to implement some kind of change to your lifestyle and your physical activity. And I know many of you are feeling those things because those are the words that I hear from my runners when they get started or when someone emails me wanting to know more. And I know what can happen when you start training and when you combine the desire to change with a supportive community, a good plan, and some really good, solid, smart techniques to get you started. I know that you can do it, despite what you think. And I know that you can start to feel amazing quickly. Will it be easy? No, it's not easy to become a runner. It's not easy to train for a 5K. It's going to take time and effort and ups and downs, but will it be worth it? Absolutely. Imagine what life would feel like if you're able to not only run a 5K easily, but you actually enjoyed it, right? Imagine you could get up 5:30 before your family gets up, you put your shoes on, you're excited to go out, you run 5K, you come back feeling alive and full of energy and excited to take on your day, and you look forward to breakfast that you're going to prepare because it's nutritious and it's going to refuel you for your next run, for your recovery period before your next run. And you're going to go through your day happy and excited. And imagine your clothes fit great and you liked what you saw in the mirror. And think about what that would mean. How would that feel for you? That's why I created this talk, because these are the things that running can do for you. This is how running can transform your life. And you're in the right place today if you're ready to get yourself off the couch and out of the basement. If you're done feeling tired, unmotivated, and blah post-baby or anytime after baby, you've been sitting at a desk for years and years and it's time to get moving. If you're done with making excuses and you're ready to take action, if you're ready to start taking your health and fitness seriously, if you're ready to commit to something that will be good for you, that will get you strong and that will really get you fit and not just lose a few pounds. And you're in the right place if you're ready to learn what it takes to become a runner. So who am I and why should you listen to me? I'm Carrie Adam. I'm a physiotherapist, I'm a health coach, I'm a running coach, and more importantly, I'm a mom and I'm a runner. And that's my family. We just spent a year in Costa Rica and it was a pretty wild, amazing time. And that's my family. So before I go any further, you're probably wondering, what's my story? Who am I to be able to give you this sort of advice? And, I'm more than just a physio, health coach, and a running coach because I am a mom. And kids changed my life. They did. They changed my relationship. They changed my career. Having kids left me in a place of loneliness and isolation. I love my boys, don't get me wrong, but I was used to being out and about and working, and I'm an introvert. I love my quiet time. When I had kids, I didn't really have any of that. I didn't have friends who had kids. We moved a few times, so it was a pretty tiring, isolating time for me, as it is for many people. And I didn't take the time to recharge myself. I didn't have the money to go to the spa, and going to the spa had never been my thing. So recharging wasn't going to get recharged that way. I didn't enjoy baby groups and that sort of thing. So it was a really hard time for me. And so I ran. I ran when my kids were young. I put them in the stroller. Thank God for a stroller. If you don't have one, you need to get a stroller. It gave me freedom. and quiet time. It's where I found my inner strength, my calm. It grounded me, it emotionally reset me, and it got me feeling fit, strong, and connected. Despite being tired and maybe not sleeping all night, I needed to run because of the emotional health benefits that it brought to me. And this, having babies is a really difficult time for a lot of people. And you expect it to be full of love and joy and happiness, but it doesn't, it's not like that for everybody. So the other reason that I loved running when I had kids is that I met amazing women online and in live groups. The live groups didn't get a great turnout because people were too busy and too tired to fit it in. So we connected online, thank goodness for online groups. And I loved it because, especially the runs we got out together for, because we talked kids. We talked life, we talked career and where we wanted our careers to go. We talked relationships. I get teary talking about it because those groups meant a lot to me in those points of life, and those friends that I made, pounding out those miles, got me through a really life transforming time. And we often cried on those runs. We shared things that we would never share with anyone else, and that is the power of running, especially when you have little kids. And now I still run. I run all the time, and I'm stronger and fitter than I ever was before kids. Running is still a powerful self-care habit for me. It is the way I take care of myself. And even now, my kids are 5.5 and 3.5. And if mommy's short and frustrated and grouchy, mommy probably needs a run. So they say, mommy, it's time to go for a run. And it usually clears me of that frustration and brings me back down to what's important, and every single time. So, and I'm not the only one who feels this way. When I asked my group the other day, why do you run, you guys? I've got a few communities, a few groups that I lead of running moms. And this is what they told me. I run for sanity. I started running after my third was born, and it was easy to get away for a quick run when my babies were little. Now that my youngest is 4, I run because I found out I loved running. What do I run for? What don't I run for? To feel happy, to show my kids that physical activity is a good thing, to de-stress, to clear my mind when I have too much to think about, and to prevent disease. So overall health and wellness. Clears my head for sure. Definitely my kind of self-care because it's time alone and helps me clear the clutter and focus on what the rest of my day holds. I feel alive, like I'm using my body for what it was engineered to do, is low cost and time to myself to think. I used to do it because I thought it was the best calorie burner, but now I know strength training more than rivals it. Pure stress relief. It has also taught me that I'm capable of pushing myself so much further than I ever dreamed possible. And a lot of people start running. So why running? It's free, like the girl said in those comments. It's time efficient. You can take your baby along with you if you have a stroller. It gets you outside, and the power of nature when you're stuck inside with a screaming kid and up all night is so powerful. So it's a double benefit there. It takes very little gear to get started. You really don't need that much. And people start to lose weight. Like, we all know that. I want to lose baby weight. I'll run. It's easy. Let's go. And it can help you lose weight, and we'll talk about that. And that's a whole separate topic I'll talk about at some point, is running and weight loss. But I'm sharing these with you because I don't want you to feel weighted down, alone, exhausted, overweight, and afraid to look in the mirror. I know that if you approach running intelligently and patiently, and you do put in the work that needs to be done, you can kickstart your emotional and your physical health with running. It can increase your energy, it can increase your happiness, it can connect you to community, and you will lose weight in time when you put in the work. And it's not going to be a quick fix, and you're not going to drop pounds quickly, but when you start running, you start feeling better, you naturally start eating better, you keep running, you keep eating, you keep feeling good, and it puts you on this positive cycle of life and lifestyle habits. And that's priceless. So in this webinar today, we're going to be talking about the one piece of gear. I'm not a gear person, but the one piece of gear you absolutely need. What pace you should be going when you get started so that you stay injury-free. I'm talking about the one secret to improving your overall time and running abilities that is totally underestimated by most runners, and why hanging around with other supportive running moms is in the best interest for your success as you're trying to get started, and why running is about more than simply running, and what the missing piece is in most of the programs that you can get out there. And my intention today is to teach you the basics of getting started so that you can get strong, you can get fit, you can feel good, and you can stay injury free. And at the end, I'm going to talk about my upcoming 28-day Running Moms Getting Started Challenge. And it's 28 days of these basic tips that's going to be done in a group with the support, the accountability, and the coaching that you need to be successful. And we all know there's a lot of programs out there that you can just download, your Couch to 5K, or there's a million programs you can just download to get up and running. But what I find is a lot of people get injured with those programs because they're not for them, and they also don't offer the supportive environment that you need to be successful and stay accountable. They tell you to run. They miss the strength training aspects, and they ramp up too quickly for most people. Like, up and running, I think, should take you 3 months. You're going to ramp up slowly. We're going to talk about this. But if you join the 28-day challenge, I'm going to work with you. I'm going to get the support, the encouragement, the expert coaching daily, and it's going to help you. I'm going to help you adjust and progress appropriately so that you are successful. That's my intention for today. So let's get into the tips, you guys. So number one, I said the main objective is the one piece of gear that you're going to need, and it's shoes, you guys. To get started, you need a good pair of shoes. I'm not going to get into what that means, but every shoe is different, and every body is different. Every foot is different. You need to get into a local specialty running shoe store and have them watch you walk, watch you run, and get you fitted into something that fits you. You can't choose your shoe by the color. And I've heard people say, well, I want the pink one. You are going to have to go with the shoe that they recommend for you and hope that it comes in pink. It might not, and that's okay. You can ask me. I have pink shoelaces. I'll send you some if that's that important to you. Tip number 2, commit to 28 days of activity. And I don't even mean running. If you're getting from couch and you want to go to 5K, if you jump into running straight off, if you jump into a program of 3 months of training, the chances are, if you're not moving and you're not consistent in any kind of activity, you're not going to stick to it. You need to commit to 28 days of activity. So 3 to 4 days of like a structured walk for fitness, and then the other days just trying to get out and trying to build that activity into your day and make consistency of activity, of any kind of activity, just so you're moving and building some base fitness. Make that a habit for you, because you don't want to sign up for a program that's way beyond your capabilities if movement isn't a habit for you yet, because this is a huge tip. Consistency gives you better results than intensity every time. And that's why the fat exercise programs and all of that stuff, it might work for you for 3 weeks, but then you quit because you can't keep that intensity up. You can't keep that level up. But if you can commit to 28 days of regular activity that feels good, that you can handle, and you're consistent about it, that's going to set you up for success. And that's what the 28-day challenge talks to. So number 3 is start slow when you get running. This is in the intentions of the day, it's what pace should you be running? And your speed doesn't matter when you're getting started. Going forward is forward, and that's what matters. So this is different for everybody. I'll never give you a pace that you should be going in any of my groups, in any of my coaching, because I want you to tune into your body and how you feel. When you're getting started, you should be able to breathe. If your breathing is so rapid that you can't talk, you're going way too fast and you need to slow down. And that might mean that when you're starting, you're barely going above a walk pace, and that is okay. So don't worry about that. That's perfect. Tip number 4, get a smart plan made for you. Put the work in and stick to that plan. So once you've done your 28 days and you actually want to train for a 5K, you need to get a good, smart, intelligent plan with all of the components. So you can see here the example of a very bad plan. It's very generic. It only talks to you about running, and it ramps up way too quickly with no sort of rhyme or reason to those numbers. You need to get a good plan. You need to put the work in and be consistent, and that's almost the number one failure people have in any of my groups, is they don't put the work in, and they need to stick to the plan. Tip number 5. This is The one trick in the intentions I had of the day, it's something that most people don't know, and it's one thing that's going to make you a better runner at any level, and it's intervals, running intervals, and allowing yourself to know and understand that it's okay to walk, because it is. I've been running for God knows how many years, how many half marathons, how many 10Ks, how much coaching I've done. I'm not in it to win. I'm in it to feel good and feel strong and stay injury free, because if I get injured, I can't run. And how do I do that? I'm consistent and I run intervals. I never run more than 12 minutes without walking. I run 12 minutes on, one minute walking, because it allows my body to rest, allows my brain small goals within a longer distance. Like if I'm running 18 kilometers, if I think about that and I have to run straight out, it's miserable. I never want to do it. But if I know I get to break every 12 minutes, have some water, reset my posture, achieve a small goal along the way, it's way better. So your body can stand almost anything. It's your mind you have to convince, and intervals allow you to convince your mind to keep going, and it allows you to go further than you could ever go if you didn't take that break. And it's going to help keep your risk of injury down. Number 6 is add some strength and core training. And if you remember that picture I showed you before of the example of a bad program, there was no strength and there was no core training. And if you are a new mom, next week I'm going to be talking about running postpartum. So you're going to want to tune into that webinar to get more specific on the strength and core training you need to get started. But all good running programs need to have strength and core training components in them, because without a strong core, without strong arms, posture, legs, you're susceptible to injury. And that's usually why injury happens. And you're going to become such a strong and fit runner if you add these components into your running program. Critical. More running and better running doesn't just mean more running. It means smarter running. And this is part of the smarter part of your training program when you work with me. Tip number 7 is plow through your quit zone. Most people in my programs, again, they're not being consistent. They're not putting the work in. And if it's about week 3 or week 4, you're going to drop off. So you need to get through that week, put the work in, work so hard for that first 28 days, you guys, because if you can implement a habit in 28 days, you're going to stick with it. But just plow through that week 1, 2, 3, and 4 is your quit zone. 70% of people that start a fitness plan quit. I don't want that to be you. Plow through your quit zone. Tip number 8, celebrate the small successes along the way. And this is so critical for us. A lot of people, they don't celebrate their small successes. And I'm talking small, like anything. Like I went out and played in my yard today for my activity. That is fine, because it's better than sitting on the couch, right? You need to celebrate that, because when you celebrate those small successes, you keep your energy positive, you keep your mindset positive, and that's going to help taking you up. If you don't, you're never going to really see where you've come from, and that's going to feel, it's going to feel bad. You're going to feel like you're not making progress, you're not doing anything, and you're not going to be able to plow through that quit zone and make it a habit. So don't wait until you've reached your goal to be proud of yourself. Be proud of every step you take toward reaching that goal, whatever that is for you. And that's why I love the online groups, because people post every day what they've run, what they've done for activity, what they've eaten, how they feel, what their kids are saying about them, and pictures of their kids, and that's celebrating the small successes along the way. And that makes me so happy, and because I see that the people that show up and share and are proud and celebrate the small successes make it to the end of the programs, and they transform. Tip number 9, focus on your form all day, every day. Form is another part of the coaching series that I'm putting together on what is good form. Today we're just going to say that form is it's being up tall. We're all in front of the computers, right? All day long. We're carrying our babies, we're cooking, we're driving, we're nursing, we're always leaning forward and slumping and sitting and driving. So focus on your form all day long, not just when you run, because when you're tucked down and doing this all day, if you think you're going to run any different, you're not, right? So you're going to get out for your run and you're going to be hunted over, and it's going to be hard to run like that. So come on up, tuck your chin in, Get your neck back, get your shoulders back, your posture up. Take a big breath into those lungs when they're open, and think about that all day when you're walking, when you're sitting at your computer, when you're with your kids, when you're in your car. Just think about form all day, every day. We all live lives that are just way too sedentary and hunched forward. So focus on your form all day, and this will become habit for you. You're going to reintegrate the muscles of your posture muscles, and you will be a better runner. And number 10, my tip number 10 is join a supportive community of like-minded runners. These women are incredible, and I would never have done this half marathon in Winnipeg on the coldest day of probably the world of Winnipeg. It was minus 50 when I woke up. They almost canceled the race, but then they changed the route to go around the start and finish, so that there was a safe place for us to go if we got too cold and there was help close by. This is my community of like-minded running moms, and we all showed up, and of course we all finished the race, because that's what a supportive community does. They pull you through even on the really, really hard days. So if you're in this picture and you're listening, I love you. Thank you. So those are my 10 tips, you guys, and I could go on because I have a ton of other good tips. Like, fitness isn't about comparing yourself to anyone else. It's about being better than you used to be. And you can't exercise your way out of a bad diet. It's a huge one. Didn't talk about it here, but that is integral part of all of my training programs. You can't exercise your way out of a bad diet. And a runner's favorite compliment, you are crazy. That's why I love being a runner. So you can see these tips they're not really rocket science. They're pretty basic, but they're very important. Implementing each and every one of them is really a lot of work and a lot of focused attention on your running. It's taking on a program and thinking of yourself as being in training, because you are. If you want to be successful, you have to think of yourself as being in training. And I do. I don't do it to win, like I told you, but I love being in training. I love having my program. It's written out. I check them off as I'm done. I feel strong. I feel good. I feel accomplished. And I get to my goal, right? Then I start again. So what did you guys learn? Comment, send me an email, let me know. Comment right here if this is a live webinar and you're here listening. What strategy are you going to implement starting today? Did you learn anything? And are you ready to get started, you guys? I talked about the beginning, my Running Moms 101 Getting Started 28-Day Challenge. And this challenge is going to be it's going to be for those of you wanting to get up and off the couch. You need to be ready to change. You need to be committed to becoming a runner, to making the changes that you need to get strong, to get fit, to get feeling amazing. Without the commitment of that 3-month program that is a bit scary. This is just the Getting Started program, and we're going to implement a lot of these tips within that program, okay? It's going to be weekly home strength workout, a weekly home core fit workout, and a weekly interval style session to get you moving. And you don't have to be running. You can do that interval style session just walking, which is important because that's where you're going to work on your form. It's going to have weekly meal ideas because you can't run off a bad diet. It's going to have weekly health challenges. These are the health challenges that I know as beginners you struggle with the most. Stress, eating, the basics of eating, just getting moving. And I think there's one other, it might be, I think I changed the last one from time to time, so it'll be a surprise. But there's going to be weekly health challenges for you to stay focused on changing behavior to make you ready to take on that full-on training program, because in September, I'm planning on launching my VIP Running Moms Academy, and you're going to want to be ready for that. And this group is going to be unlimited motivation, support, and professional expert coaching with me every day, and a group of other women who, as you know, I think so highly of, and I know that they will get you through. All you need to do is commit. You need to show up in the group. You need to participate, share, celebrate your small successes, and you will feel amazing, and you will get through, and you will transform your life. So what now? Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for being here. Just being here means that you're starting to put yourself first. You're thinking about your health and what you need to do to get feeling stronger, to get feeling more confident, and to get feeling just more amazing overall. And you deserve it. So thank you for being awesome, you guys. If you have any questions, put them down in the group here right now. I'm here live if you're watching this live. Otherwise, send me an email. I'm at Carrie@runningmoms.com, and that's Carrie is Carey @runningmoms.com. If you want to talk about your goals, where you're at, where you want to be, what you need to get there, book a free goal setting phone call with me. I'm happy to meet with you over Skype, over Zoom. I love chatting with you guys because I love getting people up and running. And be sure to join my private Running Moms, our private community of Running Moms, by going to www.runningmoms.com and join our private community. You have to log in through the website, but that's going to give you access to a big community of running moms, like-minded running moms of all levels, all ages, all experiences and abilities, and that's where some real magic happens when you guys share and support one another. So thank you so much for being here, you guys. That was really fun. And like I said, I'm here for you. Thank you.